Hey y'all, this is Sherry. Today we're going to be making an easy, yummy, classic banana bread. So let's go over the ingredients real quick. Some of the ingredients that you're going to need are 6 very ripe bananas. And just when you think it's time to throw those bananas out, it is time for you to start making some banana bread. Make everybody in the house happy. We're also going to do 2/3 cup of melted butter, 2 cups of sugar, two eggs. Just go ahead and beat them just a little bit, just lightly beaten. 2 teaspoons of vanilla, 2 teaspoons of baking soda, 2 pinches of salt, and 3 cups of all-purpose flour. You can add a cup of nuts if you'd like. A lot of people like to add walnuts. I'm not going to add nuts to the batch that I'm making today. This will make 2 loaves of banana bread, and you're going to need 2 loaf pans also, and your mixing ingredients. We're not going to use an electric mixer or a mixing bowl today. We don't want to beat up our bananas. So let's get this party started. We have our 6 bananas in the bowl, and they're already peeled and ready to go. What we want to do, we also want to use a potato masher. It just makes it a lot easier. And you don't want to mash your bananas to where they're just, soupy or runny. You want to kind of give it chunks so that when your banana bread is cut into, you can actually see the banana pieces. Okay. Next, what we're going to do, we're going to add our 2/3 cup of melted butter. I've already put this in the microwave. You can see that it's not completely, boiling hot, but it is melted and it's nice. So go ahead and put this in here. We're going to incorporate our wet ingredients first. I like to use a little scraper. Now we're going to add 2 cups of sugar. This is going to be your caster sugar, granulated sugar. Alright, let's do measurements. Okay, just a little bit more. You want to make sure your measurements are pretty accurate on your dry ingredients. Okay, 2 cups of sugar. Okay, let's get this out of the way. Okay, and we're going to mix that well. Y'all can see that. Oh my goodness gracious, this is going to be so good. Okay, we don't want to mush the bananas. Okay, so now let's add our 2 eggs. I've got my eggs here, so let's go ahead and get them whipped just a little bit. Alright, we're going to whip these eggs just a little, just slightly beaten. 2 eggs. You don't want to put them in their whole. It just works easier when you slightly beat them. Okay. Let's mix this. See, we're just barely stirring in the middle. We're not mushing our bananas. Okay. Now we're going to do 2 teaspoons of baking soda. Let's see, I have a teaspoon, 1 teaspoon, and we have our baking soda, or our bicarbonate. And you want to make sure that this is level. You don't want any more of this in there than you have to. Just kind of sprinkle that around. There's 1. 2. And I was just using the lid of that box to make sure that it was level and even. Let's go ahead and mix this around. Make sure that it's well incorporated. They're not too mushy. Mushing our bananas here. Okay, now we're going to do 2 teaspoons of vanilla. Oh, I love vanilla. 2 teaspoons of vanilla. I like to use the Wilton clear vanilla when I am baking cakes, because your cakes are white and you don't want them, any brown in them. But I do use the brown McCormick vanilla in anything that I'm baking besides cakes. Alright. Okay, we're going to use 2 pinches of salt, and just pinch your salt. You're not going to measure it in a teaspoon or anything like that, just a little pinch. And we're going to add 3 cups of all-purpose flour. Banana breads are very common here in the South. We love them. They taste good. They're easy to make. And everybody always has bananas. My aunt actually had a banana tree when I was growing up. And I just thought it was just the neatest thing that she had bananas. Alright. Let's move this out of the way. Make working a little bit easier. Okay. Now we're going to add our flour. We're just going to add half of our flour. Okay. About half. Just give it a good mix. Just try to mix it and fold it. Try not to, you know, mush the bananas. And this, I don't know if I told you, this is going to make 2 loaf pans. It's pretty good bit of banana bread. You can also add this to those little pans. They make great gifts. You can make banana bars out of them. And you can also put a glaze on these. I like to eat them just covered with a little bit of butter when they come out. Okay. We're almost finished here. And this kitchen is going to be smelling so good. Everybody's going to wonder when it's done. We're going to bake this at 350. I've already preheated my oven. We're going to bake it for 1 hour or until your toothpick test comes back and says that it's ready. Okay, we are done mixing this. So we're going to put that to the side and we're going to get our loaf pans. I'm going to use 2 loaf pans. You can spray these loaf pans with Pam or Baker's Soy, whatever you want to spray them with, but I like to add butter to them. I like to actually save my little butter things, and then you can just take and just grease the inside of this with your paper. And then make sure that's well greased in there. Okay. In the corners, get the corners real good. Okay, there's one. Okay. And now, since there's not much left on here, I'm going to get my butter that's already melted. I keep it out for my toast so that it's nice and soft. And I'm just going to take just a little dollop with this and just rub that pan. Just pick it up and just rub it with this. Your hand does get a little greasy, but not as bad as it would if you weren't using this. Alright, see how nice and buttery that is? And since I do have a little bit left on here, this is kind of a little baking dish. It's a little bit more porous than your Pyrex glassware. Okay, now let's get this divided up into these 2 pans. Let me clean my little buttery fingers here. Okay, and this is in a pour spout bowl, so let's just evenly divide this up. Alright. Hope you guys can see, and I hear my little kitty down the hall. Meow. Okay. And you want to bake it for an hour. Just kind of shake them down just a little. We're just kind of shaking them down. And we're going to put these in a 350 oven. And we're going to bake them. We're going to bake those until they are ready. About an hour. So we'll see y'all back in about an hour. Okay, our banana bread is out of the oven and has been cooling for a bit. And it's still kind of warm on the bottom, but I just wanted to show you that you can see the banana chunks still in the banana bread. And it smells so yummy. What we're going to do, we're just going to work our sides. We did use some butter. We still want to just loosen those sides just a little so that it comes out. Okay. Just be careful on the bottom because it is still warm. And we're just going to turn it out. All right. Oh my goodness, that smells so good. All right. Oh, I broke it. But it's okay. It's just fine. Okay. Turn this around so we don't have to touch that again. And we're going to take our other bread. And we're going to take our little spatula. And we're just going to work the sides. We did butter the sides real good. But just to kind of loosen a little bit. These make great snack cakes. You can take them to your lunch. You can send a slice with the kids. All right. Let's put this to the side. Okay. And be careful flipping them back over. And what we're going to do is we're going to take some soft butter. And we are just going to cover these with a little bit of butter just to kind of make it extra yummy. Okay, do the next one. Okay, now we have that done. Let's get a handy dandy knife and let's take a little piece. Just cut us a bite. Look at that. Look how yummy. And you can see the bananas inside this, big chunks of banana. And it's so soft. And it's so darn good. Thank you guys for coming to my site. And I hope you enjoyed your banana bread. Thank you.